First question is, what is the best to syndicate blog posts through RSS feed? Let's see, short excerpt, blog post content, or the entire long form content? Okay, that's a good question. I recommend using the long form, so the full post. So that's an RSS setting. I think that's in the reading settings. So WordPress settings, general, or WordPress settings reading, I think, is where you can edit that to display either the full text post or just an excerpt. I always like to use the full post because when you're syndicating content to the blog properties in the syndication network, which would be at least the 3 default blog properties are Blogger, WordPress, and Tumblr. And out of those, I think it looks a lot better if you're syndicating a whole post as opposed to just an excerpt, because then it kind of truncates the post on the syndicated properties. In other words, it's just a summary with a link back to the post URL as opposed to the full body of it. So I prefer to have the full text or the full post displayed, but it really is up to you. And it also depends on what it is that you're trying to accomplish, because here's the thing: if you're going to be hammering exact match keywords as anchor text in your blog posts to link back up to your internal pages on your site, which is what we teach in Syndication Academy, right? Which is use your blog from your money site to publish posts that have a contextual link that links up to the pages on the site that you're trying to rank, especially if you've got proper silo structure. So what happens is if you are syndicating the entire post, but you're constantly hammering away with the same anchor text over and over and over again to a particular inner page, then you may want to select summary so that you're not actually syndicating that internal link. In other words, if it's not the full body of the post that's being published on the syndication network properties and it's just a summary, then the link is going to point back to the post URL. Does that make sense? As opposed to having all of the links within the post itself actually being republished also. But if you're following our advice and using one branded syndication network, so tier 1 branded syndication network for blog syndication, and as long as you're varying your anchor text for your internal links, you shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. So again, I prefer doing the full text post. But it really is up to you, and it also depends on what it is that you're doing, like how you blog and that kind of thing. It was a good question. Does anybody else have any comments on that?
No, just totally agree.
Okay.